Hello friends, welcome to SY Academy. So friends, in this lecture we will going to talk about interview experience of Red Panda. So Red Panda is a firm in India. It is located in Mumbai. Other details you can read about it from the comment section. I have mentioned their website. So specifically we will going to discuss about the interview experience for the role of software developer, right? Right, friends. So we will going to talk about the role of software developer in this round. Wait for a second. Let's see how it works. Okay, right. Now we are good. We are good to go. So this is about the Red Panda. You can read about it from the comment section, and let's begin the discussion. What was the complete procedure for the role of software developer for Red Panda? So first round one will be like an introductory round. So someone from the Red Panda will call you, and they will going to ask about your experiences, what the Red Panda does, and they will going to basically judge you whether you are a right fit or not for their company. So right, they will going to judge whether you are a right fit or not. In the round one, Frasha Khan called and she explained about the product, and she asked several questions. Her questions were related to wide domain, like she asked what you did there in the previous companies and what are solid design principles. Okay, so make sure that you read about solid design principles, solid design patterns. You can read about it. What is the full form of solid? Okay, read about each principle. Along with that, what you can also read it, you can read about the agile process, you can read about the scrum process. Also, she asked some of the questions like, what will you do if someone asks you to work late night? Also, her questions revolved around these things like, if we fire some of the employees, then what impact it will have on you? What's your opinion on that? So you can give answers accordingly. Make sure that your answer is not controversial, and I mean, think before answering anything, right? So that by that way you will be able to, be a right fit for this discussion. This was around the 30 minutes, 45 minutes discussion. One of the questions was also related to, if you are working till late night, maybe till 9 p.m., and some other employee is asking you why you are working so late, then what will be your response? So such type of questions were there that Rasha Khan asked. After that, there were technical rounds. So you can say there was round two. In this round two, friends, the objective of Red Panda is to judge you at the basic level, right? So prepare at the basic level a lot. So their questions revolved around the concepts of like encapsulation. What is encapsulation? What is polymorphism? How it happens? And they were specifically asking about how these things happen in Java. Also, their questions were related to what is inversion of control IOC, what is dependency injection, right? Also, how the hash maps work. So as you can see, the questions are extremely at the basic level, and I, I I I suggest you to prepare basic level a lot, even in the first round, second round, third round. They will focus around the basic levels. Along with that, friends, I also want to tell you that the answers for all these questions will be provided in the description. Uh, a link will be provided in the description as and when the video will be uploaded. So keep on checking the description of this video. Along with that, some of the questions were related to how indexes are managed, in the MySQL. What is the importance of index, how indexes are managed, and if you have to represent many to many relationship between two tables, then how you will going to establish that relationship using the tables. Okay, I hope you're getting my point. So the point is that there is one, let's say, employee table, and there is, let's say, one department table, and both of these tables are having uh, many to many relationship. Then how you will going to establish the many to many relationship? Okay, so think about it. I am sure you will be able to find out the answer. If not, then you can watch the video in the maybe comment section. Okay. So such type of questions were there, and if I can remember what other questions were asked in the first round, then then questions were around like what is JUnit testing? Have you performed the JUnit testing? What is the integration testing? So such type of questions were there in the first round, right? So prepare at the basic level for Java, for OOPS concepts, and for database concepts. So I suggest you to prepare these things. Okay, in the first round, they are not focusing on the data structure. They didn't ask you data structure questions in the first round. So let's discuss what happened in the round two. If you clear round one, then round two will happen. So in the round two, it will be a live coding round since currently COVID-19 situation is going on. So it is happening remotely. So what they do is they one of the interviewer, they check what you are writing. They provide you one question, and they ask you to provide the complete production level solution. Okay, so production level solution needs to be provided for this. However, they give you sufficient amount of time to complete your solution. So I don't think this will be really tough. So the question that they asked in the round two was, so they gave the matrix, and let's imagine that it was like this. Okay, so this is matrix. The matrix was n cross m. Okay, n cross m matrix, and they wanted output something like this, that uh, all the neighboring elements have to be sum of all the elements near to that. So let me explain you by output. So the output that they wanted was, so see, one element, one is here, right? But all the neighbors of one are zero. So output will be zero here. And in case of second thing, as you can see, this is one, and this is also one, but all other neighbors are zero. So output will be two. That is one plus one. Okay. So here, what will be the output? Here it will be zero. Here again it will be zero. Okay. Here it will be 1, right? Because 1 is present here. I hope you're getting my point. So basically they wanted the sum of all the neighbors. Okay, they wanted to in the output they wanted the sum of all the neighbors. So for this the answer will be 2, 1 plus 1, and 1 is also here. So output will be 3. I hope you're getting my point. Here the output will be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the output will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Here the output will be 1, 3. Here the output will be what? 2. You don't need to count this one. You need to count only the neighbors. And here the output will be 3. Here the output will be 4. Here the output will be again what? 2. Here the output will be 3. Here the output will be again 3. Now again the output will be here 5. Right? And here the output will be 2. I hope you're getting my point. You have to produce the output, which is the sum of all the neighbors. I will provide the complete solution for this in the description below. You can check that. So this was one of the questions that they asked in the interview, and your question should be completely fine, and they will ask you to submit it and run on your maybe any ID, maybe NetBeans or Eclipse, whatever you are using. So okay, I hope the question is clear to you. So this was in the second round. Only one question was asked. If you are able to clear this round, then they will ask you to move to the next round. So round three, it was taken by their head of engineering, which is, I think the name was Rahul Kataria. This was the name. So this is round four actually. If you say, if you consider the first round also screening round, then it is round four. Okay. So this is the round which is taken by the Rahul Kataria. He is the head of the engineering. He's a young guy, and you might find him little immature for this position. It might happen with you. So just bear with it. Maybe the impression was not good, so he could be a very good guy. Otherwise, but the impression that you will get is you might find him little immature, and he will keep on loving between the interview. So you might find him, I mean, little unprofessional. But that's how it is. So initially, he will going to ask you how good you are at Java, how you are good at SQL, how you are good at Hibernate, or anything that you have worked on. Okay, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. He will ask you to rate yourself out of 10 in various concepts, maybe Spring also. Okay, and once you rate yourself, maybe let's say 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10, something like that, he will ask you to rate yourself, and then he will begin the interview questions. So initially he will, so guys, keep a focus that you don't give yourself too many marks. It is I mean, it is, if you are too good at it, if you are too good at that, then it is fine. Otherwise, don't give yourself too much marks, because this is my experience that if you give too many marks to yourself here, then interviewer might ask any question, and if you give incorrect answer, then he will say, how can you say that you are 9 out of 10? How can you say you are 10 out of 10 when you are not able to give even these solutions? Okay, so the questions that he asked in the for related to Java was access modifiers, like how public and default is different from each other, right? How protected and default are different from each other. One of the question was related to that. Then he moved into the hash maps, how hash map works, how hash maps are implemented. If hash code and equals are same, then what will happen? If hash code is same, then what will happen? So some of the things were there in the hash map, and he asked the difference between comparator and comparable. This is one of the most common, most interviews questions: comparator and comparable, differences between these two. He eventually asked also related to like streams. I hope you have read about these streams also. And other questions were related to, I think I can remember these questions only related to Java. These were the questions. Right. So these were the questions also related, little bit related to exceptional handling also. So these were the questions related to Java. Then in the Hibernate, I will come to SQL later. I will discuss that. The Hibernate, he asked how mapping is done, right? How mapping is done between the classes and your SQL uh, data SQL data model, right? And how JPA and Hibernate are different from each other. What is the role of ORM, right? And how is the mapping is defined between your Java objects and SQL data? How the mapping is defined? It was in this only, right? How JPA repository work? So those were the questions related to Hibernate. And in the spring the spring, the question was related to if a how what is dependency injection, what is the inversion of control, if A depends on B and A also depends on C. Okay, if A depends on B, A depends on C, uh, then how you can dynamically change the configuration. What he meant to say that if in a function you have defined the dependency between A and B, then can you do something like A is dependent on C? how uh, how you will change the dependency? So you can take this question like this, that let's say A is connected to your JPA repository, and A is also connected to your SQL Connect. So there might be some SQL to get to fetch the data. So if you are fetching the data from JPA repository, right? Then can you dynamically also do something like that? Now I want to fetch from the SQL Connect or from my SQL query. So how you will do this? How you will manage this using Spring? So if you know about annotations concept, if you know about the add primary concept, then you might be able to give the answer for this. Okay, so this is about the Spring. And in the SQL, he asked what are different types of indexes, what are different types of constraints, how uh, how columns are maintained, how, I mean, little basic was there, and how many types of keys are there, what is primary key, what is foreign key. So some type of questions were there like that. And he also gave one of the tables. He like there was one table student which is having a data types like student ID, marks, department, and there is department also, which is having department ID. I am writing it as DID, and department name, and subject HOD name, right? HOD name. So these are two tables. He initially asked to establish a relationship between these tables. So as you can see, the relationship can be easily managed. That many students are linked with one department, something like that, right? So one student will be linked with one department only, but that's the key. But many students could be linked with only one department, so that is the relationship. So it is not like that, that if you think like a student could be in IT, a student could be in electronics, so this is not possible, right? So this is how he wanted the answer for this. So a student, let's say if you are A, you might be in IT, but you will not be then in EC, electronics. If you are a student of B, then you might be in IT. Student C, he might be in electronics. Okay, so this is how he wanted to establish a relationship. So you can easily establish a relationship by having a DID column, right? Just by having a DID column. Once the relationship has been established, he wanted to write one query to find students having maximum marks in each department. Having maximum marks in each department. So you can write the query in the comment section, and we can see whether your query is correct or not. I hope you got the question. We wanted to write a query to find students having maximum marks in each department. So friends, this was all about the Red Panda interview. These were the questions, and you might not like the last round because of the nature of Rahul Kataria. So it might happen with you. So bear with it. Some of the people are like that, or I mean, in some of the times during the interview they are in anger also. So it also happens. Apart from that, friends, if you have any doubts, do write in the comment section. We can discuss about that. And if you like the video, if you like this initiative of sharing the interview experiences of various companies, then do like and subscribe SYA Academy. Thank you. Have a good day. Take care.